A trip is fun to take, so pick the place you want to go. A trip we're gonna make. We can travel to a farm and see the farmer plow. Help to feed the horses, maybe even milk a cow. Let's take a trip. A trip is fun to take, 'cause all around us there are things to see. So take the time to take a trip in your own town, and it's as easy as can be. Let's take a trip. A trip is fun to take.
Hello, I'm Johnny Harlan, and these are my two friends, Pud.
Hello.
And Ginger.
Hello.
Sonny Fox has had to go back to New York this week to start a brand new program on television called the $64,000 Challenge. It'll be on the CBS television network tonight, so be watching, and we all wish him an awful lot of luck.
Good luck, Sonny.
We'll be watching for you.
Good luck.
Well, this week I've brought Pud and Ginger down to the old Kellogg Arabian horse ranch in Pomona, California. Right now it's part of the California State Polytechnic College, commonly known here in California as Cal Poly. Here on the ranch, we're going to see what happens on a horse ranch. We're going to see how Arabian horses are trained. And also, we're going to get a chance to see part of their afternoon show. Every Sunday, they put on a show here at the ranch. And we're going to see steer roping this afternoon.
Ooh.
Won't that be fun?
It's going to be
Good.
nice. Yeah.
I see Will Williamson, our host, is over talking to one of the fellows on the horse. Let's go on over there and talk to him. This is Will Williamson. This is Ginger.
Hello.
Hi.
And Pud.
Hi, how are you?
Pud.
I noticed you were talking to the gentleman on the white horse about this jumper.
Yes, this is a horse that's been out of action for a while with the strained ligament. He received the injury about 3 months ago, and we're just bringing him back now with a little light work. And we were
Well,
just
watch him go over
discussing
now.
his form.
Wow.
Notice that
Beautiful.
form, how he pulls his front feet up as he goes over?
That's a requirement of a good jumping horse, to fold well in the knees and tuck well at the hocks also, to clear the jump on his approach and
Well,
landing.
now, what about the form of the rider as he goes over?
Well, that is a real asset to the horse also. He should leave him alone as much as possible and let the horse jump as free as possible, as though the horse were jumping naturally.
Well, doesn't the rider stand up in the saddle?
Yes, that's to give the horse a chance to rise and lower underneath his weight, just like a fulcrum.
Well, you train all these horses right on the ranch here, don't you?
Yes, they're all handled by a staff of permanent help, plus the use of our students here. We have the college boys here who help us with the handling.
Well, they
of
were on the
these horses.
wagon as we were coming in.
That's right.
We sure enjoyed that trip around the ranch.
Yeah.
We started way
A lot
off
of
in one
fun.
corner down here and came down through all the citrus groves and saw all the fruit trees.
That
And
again
then
is
right out in front of the college, we saw that there were a lot of pastures with horses in them. Is that permanent pasture?
well, those are temporary pastures right now. That's where we keep the brood mares and foals on good lush green feed, and again, those are handled by the college students primarily in their instruction. That's where they get their production work.
And then we came right on up around the college. Right now we're in the main ring, and up there I know are the stables. And what did we come down here to see?
Horses.
That's right. Can we go on up and see them?
Well, let's go up to the main patio. That's
Good.
where all the show horses and horses in training are housed.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, you hear the guitar player?
Yeah.
One of the boys on the ranch here.
Oh. Nice.
And here we are, up at the stables, Will.
This is the main stable. This was the building constructed by Mr. Kellogg when he founded the ranch.
Well, let's go up and look at some of the horses.
The construction and the sturdiness of it, why we think that it might have been built just recently.
It's a very modern-looking place.
Yes, it is. We have large, roomy stalls here for each animal.
This is
Rasua.
Razua,
a mare foaled in 1946. And this one is...
Beretta.
Beretta.
Hello, Beretta.
Hi, Beretta.
What's that noise?
Oh, well, that is our
Cable car.
hay train and grain train coming on our overhead tram. This is what we use for efficient feeding and handling of the horses
Very
here in the
modern and
program.
convenient.
Yes, it is.
I imagine he's going on up the line to feed some of the men. I wonder if we can take a look at one of the stalls here. I think, is that name on there, Almeza?
Almeza stall. I think that she has been fed previous and probably about ready for grooming. Possibly has been groomed a little already this morning.
To open up
Let's
the
just
stall?
open up the door.
Wow, she's beautiful.
There's
May
an
I go
Arabian
in?
horse, Bud.
Pud, would you like to go in and take a look around
May I,
at the
please?
inside of the stall? Sure.
Yeah, I noticed you've got a lot of hay on the floor.
Yes,
Is that changed?
That's bedding, excuse me. It's changed every morning.
Good. Say, these horses have a lot of room in there.
Yes, they are well cared for, and
Say, Pud, there's something that you've seen before over on the far
A
side.
drinking fountain like out at the dairy.
that's right. That's an automatic fountain. It has a lip pedal that is worked by the horse. Pushes
That way
it down.
the horse can push it right down,
That's
get as
right.
much water.
Has fresh water at any time it pleases.
Oh, that's wonderful. Would it be all right to bring this horse out so we can take a look at an Arabian at
Sure.
close quarters?
Dave, would you bring her outside for us for a moment, please?
This will be our first look at an Arabian horse, Pud and Ginger, right at close hand.
Oh. He's gorgeous.
Well, this looks very much like any other horse, but of course we know it's an Arabian. What distinguishes an Arabian horse?
Well, probably the first thing and most outstanding thing we encounter is the head of the Arab. There is a considerable difference in the head from the other breeds. We like the head to look as though it
Bring the
were
head over a little bit more so we can see it.
a wedge, meaning that it's broad at the top and tapering down into a nice fine muzzle, nostril and mouth. This is the muzzle area right in here. Also, your Arabs have this dish in the face. We like to see a wide, broad forehead and a good poppy sort of an eye, such that they have vision well around in front, to the side, and to the rear. We also like to see nice pointed ears and well-placed ears, coming back in a nice, smoothly arched neck that joins into a good prominent wither.
What's the wither?
Well, the wither is this area right here I'm speaking of. That's the junction between the neck and the back. And we move on back. We like to see a good short but yet strong top line, and on back into a good stout croup.
A croup? What's that?
Well, the croup is the area between the loin and the tail here. That should be stout and level. We move back into the tail area. They have a natural high tail carriage, which we don't notice now here
Looks
at the
like
time of grooming.
Dave's having a lot of fun there with the grooming.
Yeah.
I wonder if Pud and Ginger could try a little grooming.
I think so. Let's turn over some
Maybe
equipment to
please.
them.
Now that's a
brush.
main brush, Ginger, so you start on the
You're a
main.
little taller, you can
What
work
do I
on
do
the
with
main.
this one?
That's a finish brush. That's what gives them the finished gloss.
On this? Oh.
That's
Start
right.
to work right there. Are there any parts of a horse like this? We can see the external grooming, but are there any parts that we wouldn't ordinarily think about that you'd have to groom?
Well, possibly one place that is omitted at times and should receive some care. Maybe we'll have Pud stand back just for a moment here.
Come on over here, Pud.
We'll pick up this foot, and in picking up, we have to take the mare off balance to pick it up.
Now
It makes
watch
it
how
much
Will.
simpler.
See how Will did that? He pushed against the horse.
And this is the bottom of the foot. It has the commissures here that will hold objects of foreign nature.
Like rocks and
That's
things like
right.
that.
Rocks or a nail could be picked up, so we check those frequently, and it also eliminate any disease that we might encounter there.
Well, Will, standing here looking at this horse, you've described from the head right on back through the croup. What is one of the other most outstanding things about Arabian horses?
Well, I think their intelligence and versatility is probably another factor that enters in here.
That's well known about them. Could you show us some, well, have him do something so we can watch?
Well, not this particular one, but let's take Pud and Ginger for a moment over here on the lawn. And
Look at that.
Oh, not a
Instead of twins and Mr. Treat.
A teeter-totter.
How about that?
Oh.
We don't see this every day. That's Calmyra, the mare, on the left, and her brother on the right. He's the one that's along for the ride doing no work.
The woman has to do all the
That's
work.
right.
Well, they're very good. Well trained.
Maybe we could have John bring them down for a moment and let the youngsters try their hand.
Would you like to try your hand at the horse training?
Please.
All right.
You go over there with John for a moment and let him give you a few short instructions. And
Let's let him get the horses set there, and when he calls you, you can go on over and try your hand at training horses. Okay? Watch it now.
be careful moving in between them that one doesn't step on you.
What?
Now, what's John going to have them do?
I think he's going to have them kneel.
Oh, yeah.
Down.
That's the way.
Come on. Now get it. Stay. Come on. Stay down.
They're working quite well.
Good.
Well, those horses must have to have a tremendous amount of training to have people like Pud and Ginger just take over like that.
That's right. For instance, the teeter-totter trick, probably to get the finished product was 2 or 3 months. This kneeling is a little shorter.
Look at them stay there. You better bring them up. Don't keep them that way too long.
Okay. Ah, good fella.
Can John show us some more things they can do?
Sure. We have a cash register right here with a 25-cent number and a 50-cent number, and also a key corresponding to each one. Also on a pedestal, he has a coin that corresponds to the quarter and the 50 cent. We can have the mare open the cash register, hitting the correct button, and then pick up the correct coin and bring it back, we hope.
Yeah, well, you mean he'll select one of the buttons, press it, and then go over and pick up the coin that corresponds.
That's right.
Let's see that.
We'll attempt.
That's not going to be
We'll attempt to do it. I selected the 25 cent button.
Mm-hmm. Now see if she picks up the quarter.
There's a quarter and a 50-cent piece.
Which one?
Hey, he's doing it.
That's
all
right
right so far.
Hey.
And in the cash register and closed. Now we'll go back and see if she catches the right key or the wrong key.
She does the 25 cents again, she's lost.
No,
But she
50
doesn't.
cents.
That must be difficult for them to pick up money
It is.
like that, isn't it?
Well, it's on the order of someone without fingernails. It's difficult to pick up from a flat surface.
She picks it up in her teeth.
That's correct. And
Telling you.
all through.
That
Boy, that
indeed
was
shows the
good.
intelligence of Arabian horses.
I think we can show you how she makes this money. She babysits in her spare time. This is a bell she's ringing for curfew for her doll there in the carriage. We'll have her pull back the covers on the cradle.
On the cradle.
Oh, dear.
Notice how gently she handles this doll at all times.
Oh.
Well, now that was pretty gentle.
Wasn't too bad. Now she'll
She
rock her
covered
gently.
up the baby.
Oh, gentle.
Well, now that
Boom,
doesn't look too
that did
gentle.
And now to show that she's a good housekeeper, why she'll finish off the day with cleaning the area of the
Well, that's wonderful.
baby buggy.
Well, now, horses don't just have, they don't just do tricks like this, Arabian horses. They actually are work horses, are they not?
That's right. They're used considerably in the field as using and doing horses. If
I see they're bringing a horse in now.
Yes, this is Courier. Why don't we move over here and we'll saddle him up, and
We'll have to go over the cash register.
then we'll go down to the ring.
Is Curry your horse?
Well, it's one that I ride. We'll say, you know, all these horses belong to Cal Poly, the state college.
And when we get down to the ring, we're going to see the steer roping.
That's right.
We'll just watch you saddle right up then. That's
What?
the horse blanket.
What is the blanket for?
Well, this is to eliminate any chaffing or bruising or scurfing on the withers, the point that we spoke of a while back. We'll untangle here.
How much does that saddle weigh?
Well, this weighs about 32 pounds.
Now, the smaller English saddle looks much like that, doesn't it, Will? Except it doesn't have the big horn and doesn't have the high cantle.
That's right. That's the only difference. Basically, they're the same.
Now, you brought the girth underneath,
That's
and this
right.
is called,
Latigo.
and that's the way you cinch it up tight on the horse so you don't slip off.
Is there any special knot that you
Yes, which we can see right here now. We just bring it through and turn it back. And that'll hold sufficiently for anything, and then it's easy to take out.
Good. I'm getting tail whipped here today. Now, you have another girth that comes underneath.
This is the flank cinch or second cinch, and this is for the reason of holding the saddle in place more sufficiently for roping or handling livestock.
Well, now, the reason you're putting this on today particularly is the fact that we will be down, and you yourself are going to do some of the roping.
We will attempt again.
Yeah.
Good, good. Now, this is the stirrup that comes down, and now these stirrups are heavier than they are
That's
on an
right,
English
they're
saddle.
wider. Uh-huh.
The English is also called the Eastern saddle.
That's right. Uh-huh.
Now, what other type of saddles do you have on the ranch?
Well, we'd like to have Mitney Duke come in here for a moment. She works with us here each Sunday and shows Aleph, our senior
Look
sire,
at
in
this
our
beautiful
exhibition.
stallion. Hi, Mitney.
This particular horse is 18 years of age at the present time.
Well, now, we can't see too much of this saddle this way. Could you slide off, Mitney?
It's a little difficult with the wide skirt, which was the riding habit of the ladies in
Well, that was the
bygone years.
very reason for having a side saddle, because
That's right.
ladies couldn't stride a horse because of the big skirt, so they sat side saddle. One leg went across here, and the other leg came in under here, and they could grip on the saddle and do a very good job of riding. I wonder, could I assist you back on here?
Yes.
Bud, will you hold my microphone?
Sure. Up.
There we
And
go.
Adam. Oh.
That was easy.
I noticed that she only has one stirrup.
Yes, there's just one stirrup. You see her other leg comes right down here, and she only needs one stirrup to hold her on there. It makes it just that easy.
Everybody's got a horse but us.
Everybody's got a horse but you. Will,
Well,
is there anything we can do about
We have
it?
a horse for everyone, but Dave, would you bring in a Reefa? I think we can possibly pile both of you on this mare.
Here's an Arabian horse all your own.
This is another animal, of course, that was raised right here and trained
excuse
right
me.
here. We'll let Ginger get on first. I
Okay,
think she
Ginger.
can reach the stirrups more easily.
Climb on. You've ridden horses before, haven't you?
Yes.
Take a run at it.
Oh.
That's it. There we go.
Made
Now,
it.
Pud's going to have a little
Well,
trouble, I'm
I don't
afraid.
I'm
think
gonna
he
have to
reaches-
ride the rumble seat.
Okay. Let's see if I can help you get back out here.
The range.
You ready?
1, 2,
Okay.
3,
Go.
go!
That's an easy way of getting on
Yeah.
a horse.
It's comfortable back there.
You'll want to pick up your horse courier.
All right, and we'll meet you down at the ring.
All right.
Fine.
Come on. Here. Whoa.
Oh, wait for me.
All right. Come on.
Now, we'll follow Mitney right on down to the ring. Now, don't go too
All
fast.
right.
Remember, I've got to walk.
Yeah. Hello, Silver.
We're going to see part of the preparations for the show down here that they have here every Sunday afternoon at Cal Poly. So don't get ahead of Mitney, because we don't want to scare her horse.
No.
Pull him back a little bit, Fun. Is it fun riding a horse?
Yeah. Great. Awesome. Yeah. Where?
Let's see. We'll go right down to the edge of the ring, and we'll let Mitney go on out into the ring, and maybe she can show us how she can ride that side saddle.
Oh, come on.
So pull up right there,
Oh.
and you hop off, and we'll watch Mitney riding on that beautiful
There we
stallion.
go.
She certainly is graceful.
What is she now, a gallop?
I think that's a canter. We'll have to ask Will. Is she cantering or
That's
galloping?
right. That's the canter to the left. She's prepping in for this afternoon.
Is she in the show this afternoon?
That's right.
She wears the same...
Same outfit, same saddle, same horse.
She's a graceful rider.
She does real well.
Now, the other horse that's in the ring.
That's Sheen with Charles Smith up, and that is the horse or mare that we show as a three-gated mare.
He'll be in the show too this afternoon.
Yes. We have these shows October through May, and it takes a good deal of work to keep these horses in condition for these shows. Reason for being out here this morning.
Yes. Now, that's a three-gated horse.
That's right.
Could we take a look at the different gaits?
She's at the trot right now. Going to the left.
Look how high she holds her tail. Is that a characteristic?
That's the characteristic we spoke of the filly standing up there being groomed. She shows that very well.
Now, I wonder... tell me
Maybe
when she goes into another gait.
All right. Well, he slowed her into the walk for a few steps there. Quiet walk. Now we pick up the left lead of the canter, the same as Mitney is doing. It's a little bit quieter and a little evener.
So there we have the three-gated horse.
That's the three gates, the natural gates of the Arab.
Now, Pud and Ginger, if you'll keep looking right on out into the ring, we've got a surprise for you. Will, do you want to bring the surprise down? Keep looking out there. I'll tell you when. Okay, now you can look.
Surprise.
A baby horse!
Look at that.
This is Marin foal. The foal is about 9 days of age now.
Uh-huh.
Could I ride him?
Well, it's a little early, I think. These horses go into a little light training at a year and a little more advanced at their second year. And this is, again, where these boys help us. This is where they get their actual learn by doing.
How many foals do you have here on the ranch?
We have at the present time 18.
They've all your horses that you train here on the ranch are born on the ranch.
That's right.
Sired by the animals that you have here.
Some of them we have already seen previous. That's correct.
Oh, that's certain. Look at those long legs, Bud.
They're a little out of style.
I think possibly she'll grow into them.
I know something's going to happen right now because the mare has been led away.
We removed her with... Let's turn her loose.
That did it.
See what
happens.
she'll do. There. She knows where her mother is anyway.
And they stick very close to their mothers,
Very
don't they?
close. There's no problem there.
And when you look at her gamble around out there. When do you wean a horse away from the mother?
Usually at around 6 months of age, depending on the individual animal. If there's any condition otherwise than being healthy, why we might leave them with the mare a little longer.
Let's just leave her out there for a second so we can watch the colt gamble around.
Jumps and jumps, you know, seems to get tired.
Isn't that foal cute? Look at that.
They handle themselves quite young, or well, I should say, for being young.
Now, you said the first training will come at...
About a year. Of course, they're broken to lead at an early age, but a little bit of light launch line training is usually given at a year.
Well, now the mare's coming out, so
We'll
naturally
see if she'll follow.
the foal is even going to
Oh.
lead. I think we're frightening her a little bit.
She's going to make another pass.
Now she's afraid, I think, to come
I think we'll have
up here
to
next
bring
to
the-
us.
Bring the mare back out for a moment to...
Oh, here come the cattle in. This is time for the calf roping then. Oh, there goes the foal out.
There we
And
go.
now the cattle are coming in. We'll have to get somebody to close the gate. Dave, would you close the gate there so the cattle don't come out this way? Now, Pud and Ginger, let's us hop up here on the fence, on this side of the fence, so we're not out there anywhere near the cattle, because these Arabian
There we
horses
go.
go very, very fast.
There it is.
Now watch, Pud and Ginger, they group the cattle over in one corner, and then they try to cut out a single one of the steers. You watch, the cowboys will line up. There's Will Williamson on his big horse, Courier.
Getting ready. They got one.
Now, that's Art McCune, and he's got one singled out. He'll try to lasso the steer around the head.
Uh-oh, he's coming around here.
He's coming right here in front of us. There he's got him. Now watch, see how he wraps that rope right around the saddle horn, just like we saw on the saddle?
Oh.
Now the other cowboy tries to lasso the rear legs, and he got him.
Did it!
He got him. Now, you know, the reason they do this, out on the range, cattle are very wild, Pud and Ginger, and they don't do this to be mean at all, but in order to catch the cattle out there, they have to lasso them like this and get them down so that they can brand them. And that way they can tell which one of the steers belongs to their ranch. Now, I think they're going to try to get another one.
Well, he does go away with the
I think this is the one that Art McCune is going to try to get again, and then Will Williamson is going to try to get the legs at the back.
Here he goes.
Let's give him a cheer. Come on, Art!
Come on! Come on! Hey!
He got him. Now, Mr. Williamson is going to try to get the rear legs. And this is real steer roping. This is just the way they do it out on the range.
He's got him! Hey!
And you see, then the cowboys come over and hold the cow down. And they can do the branding, and then they can loosen them up. All the cowboys here on the Kellogg Ranch have done very well. Because unlike the movies and television, you know, every time a cowboy throws a loop like that, usually they catch a cow. But that doesn't always happen out on the range. And every once in a while, the cowboys do miss. But so far, I don't think anyone's missed here this morning.
Not yet.
They're going to single out another one now. Looks like Earl's going to try for this one. Watch how fast these Arabian horses go. Whoop! Oh, he went right out of the ring. Now the boys are going to have to go out after him.
This is it.
Whoop. Art McCune was trying to get another one, and he didn't quite make it. Now Will's going after this one.
Hey,
He got him. He got him. You notice how fast he puts that rope around the saddle horn so that they can stop the cattle? I think we should say it doesn't hurt the cattle, Pud and Ginger.
No.
Because the horse is stopping at the same time that the steer is stopping.
They got him on one leg.
That way the cowboy that goes up through the branding doesn't get hurt. And there they've got him down. There's a lot of competitive spirit when these cowboys get together out in the center of the ring.
On after him again. He's got him.
He's got that one. Now I think Will's going to try to get those rear legs again. You notice how the Arabian horses respond so fast, and they get trained so they almost respond without the rider having to say anything. They know just as soon as the rope goes, then they start to stop. Oh, Will's got a hold of him there. Say, Will, we're going to have to go in a few minutes. We want to say goodbye to you. Hasn't this been a lot of fun down here at the Kellogg Arabian Horse Ranch? Will Williamson, thank you so much for showing us around today.
Thank you.
So welcome. We're glad you were out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, that's our trip to the Kellogg Arabian Horse Ranch.
Fun.
Now, next week, we are going to start our trip in one city, and we're going to end up in another city. What? Yeah, that's a good...
How are we going to do that?
We're going to go on a ferry boat. We're going to Northern California, up to Oakland. We're going to aboard an old side-wheeler ferry there called the Eureka, and we're going to start across San Francisco Bay, and at the end of our program, we'll end up in San Francisco. That'll give us a chance to go from the captain's cabin, clear up at top, right down into the engine room, and look at a ferry boat. And also, we'll be able to see a lot of San Francisco. We'll be able to see the Golden Gate Bridge and the Alcatraz Island, Treasure Island, all of those things.
Whoa.
So, let's say goodbye and be with us next Sunday when we take a trip on a ferry boat. And
How about the address?
The address. Okay, Pud. If anyone wants to tell us where we might go for a trip, what address would they send to?
Let's take a trip. 485 Madison Avenue, New York, 22, New York.
And that's all there is to it. So next week, be with us when we take a trip on a ferry boat. And here's a cow right here on us.
Take a trip is fun to take. So pick the place you want to go, a trip we're gonna make. We can travel to a farm and see the farmer plow. Help to feed the horse and maybe even milk a cow. Let's take a trip is fun to take. 'Cause all around us there are things to see. So take the time to take a trip in your hometown. And it's as easy as can be. Let's take a trip is fun to take. So pick the place you want to go, a trip we're gonna make. To a candy factory, we'll watch them work and then when they dip the chocolate, maybe sample 9 or 10. Let's take a trip is fun to take. 'Cause all around us there are things to see. So take the time to take a trip in your hometown. And it's as easy as can be. Let's take a trip is fun to take. So pick the place you want to go, a trip we're gonna make. In a fire engine till the driver has to stop. Then we'll climb the hook and ladder to the very top. Let's take a trip is fun to take. 'Cause all around us there.
Let's Take a Trip came to you live today from San Dimas, California. Speaking of trips, vocalist Giselle McKenzie makes one from New York to Hollywood tonight to appear on The Jack Benny Show. The end of the trail is the small print in her contract, forcing her to play a violin duet with Jack. See The Jack Benny Show on most of these stations tonight. Also this evening, CBS television offers a special one-time-only Judy Garland show. Judy sings to her heart's content in 6 delightful production numbers. See Judy Garland perform where you usually watch General Electric Theater tonight. Now, a reminder for today's viewing pleasure. Adventure, later today on CBS television, shows us how hunters trap the big cats alive. Tigers, jaguars, and leopards in remote parts of the world. Don't miss today's thrilling adventure with Charles Collingwood.